Hello, new wave of British heavy metal.com here. Today it's the 11th of March 2023. As usual, a favour to start with, please, and that's if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel. That'd be excellent. Every subscriber helps and I'd appreciate that. So please hit the button if you would. Okie dokie, today, bit of excellent prog rock we'll go for today. IQ and their album from 1985, The Wake. Now, this is an album I've been meaning to get my hands on for quite a few years, really, after being repeatedly told it's a 1980s stone cold prog rock classic. Now, I finally got around to doing that a few days ago, got my hands on a copy, and with one exception, it is indeed a prog rock classic. Lush prog rock, strong symphonic element, delicately composed but strong songs, lashing of keys and moogs and other assorted synths, sweeping guitar washes, complex bass lines, crisp drumming, all makes it quite an expansive and atmospheric listen, which has got a sort of like dark undertone to it as well. So now that's all the good stuff, so you're probably wondering what that exception is. Well, it's the vocals. Poor old Pete Nichols. Back then, he struggled to make or even hold a tune. His vocals were not good, being polite. He puts in here, in my opinion, and probably yours if you listen to it, one of the worst vocal performances you're ever likely to hear anywhere. Indeed, he left IQ shortly afterwards, after The Wake, and he did come back a few years later and was improved, but here it's pretty grim stuff vocally, and but let's not get too hung up on that, because while the vocals do detract a bit from it, of course they do, the overall album, I can get past it after a few listens, and I enjoy listening to The Wake very much. I mean, I've had it in the car with me all week, because musically it's so good, particularly Martin Orford's extensive and varied work on the keys and synths, which give proceedings that sharp neo-progressive edge as well. Outer Limits, the opener, excellent to start there, begins with a nice simple bass note, then it's joined by some jangling keys. Song slowly builds up into a sort of a fine jaunty affair, well-judged changes of pace back and back again, ultimately leading to an excellent extended fade out, some tasteful guitar, interplay with the keys, and then it ends as it began with that single throbbing bass note. Excellent. The title track's a bit gentler, quite catchy. Magic Roundabout, that's an excellent 8 minutes, which, not unlike Outer Limits, builds up, sweeping this way and that into more of that excellent varied keys from Martin Orford, some expressive guitar from Mike Holmes. Top stuff. Corners goes somewhere a little bit different, a sort of a stuttering, jaunty, clip along, yet catchy, rhythmic, hypnotic even a little bit, with the repeated drum pattern and some spooky keys, giving it a strangely ethereal feel. And the guitar work in here sounds very much like a sitar. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know, but it works really well. And the closing trio of Widow's Peak, The Thousand Days and Headlong, individually and collectively immense, stand up against any other neo-prog you'd care to mention, I think. So expertly composed, musically sublime, and bringing in a bit of everything. Headlong, the closer being for me the best of the three, somewhat quite sad, emotional beginning, brooding along, then it gives way to the good stuff, twisting this way and that. Nice little burst of a synth solo midway through, pace changes, more of that excellent lush atmospheric fade out, and more of that wonderful Orford Holmes interplay throughout. Now, even though The Wake's approaching 40 years since its initial release, to me it sounds fresh, really fresh and relevant, and as it must have way back in 1985 when it was originally released. Yes, of course, a stronger vocal performance would have pushed it up a notch, but even so, it really is a superb album, a sort of like neo-progressive style rock. Well, make no mistake, really. Various formats available, I'll put a link in the description below to the album on Amazon, so you can check it out there, you know, CD streaming and all that newfangled MP3, whatever the hell it is. I still prefer a CD, but that's me. Anyway, I'll do that in below. It really is a good album, the way really strong, other than the vocals, but so we'll park the vocals. Please subscribe to the channel before you go, that would be marvelous. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and take care.